Hey guys, this is Caleb Simpson here from ZeldaDungeon.net. You are watching our video boss guide for The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. This is the second phase of the final boss of the game, Ganon. So as soon as you enter this area, after you're hearing the sound, all the rubble will clear away and Ganondorf will burst forth, and he will use the Triforce of Power to transform himself into an intimidating-looking dark beast called Ganon. So as soon as the battle begins, then Ganon will slash his sword around and he will knock the Master Sword out of Link's hand. This is very unfortunate because the Master Sword is the only weapon that can truly defeat Ganondorf. So Navi will then tell you that she is not going to be held back any longer and she is going to fight with you. This means that she is going to have some very user-friendly Z-targeting for this battle. So the battle will then begin after a loud roar battle cry. So, because we don't have the Master Sword for now, just equip the Ganon Sword, or you can use the Hammer for now. Now, surprisingly for our last boss, Ganon actually has a surprising amount of weaknesses, so you can use most of your items to actually stun him and harm him. His weak spot is the bright colored tail behind him. The trick to getting back there is to stun his face. You just hit his face with any of your weapons for the most part, and it will stun him momentarily. So, one of the better weapons to use is actually Deku Nuts, surprisingly. You use them right in front of him, and then quickly jump to the side, and as soon as the targeting changes to his tail, then just use another Deku Nut, and you will hit his tail. The same thing works for the Longshot. You simply gotta hold still while it's being shot. The only problem is that with that one is that you have to wait while it's going back and forth. If you miss, you have to wait a long time to wait before it comes back to you, and it can potentially be hurting you. You can also use bombs, but you have to hold them in your hands for a very long time, and you have the potential of either getting hit by him or having the bombs blow up in your face. So that's one of the more awkward weapons you can use. You can also use Din's Fire. Here I actually got behind him, and so it hit him twice in the tail, which is actually kind of cool. But also, what I'm primarily trying to show you is that you can use it in front of him, and it will stun his face for a very long time. However, it is still kind of awkward in order to get behind him, so it's probably not one of the better items to use as well. Now, another option that you can do is you can smack him in the face with your sword. It's very awkward. He has to have his head down, and he cannot be attacking in order for it to work. So what you have to do is you have to taunt him into attacking you, and then you have to jump in between his attacks. So you back up, get close, jump attack. Unfortunately, it doesn't work most of the time, and you have a very high chance of getting hit in the process. Also, the stun does not last that long, and you're in an awkward position to get behind him, so I would recommend against using jump attack to stun him. The best stun by far is the light arrows. Then once you get behind him, you can also use the Megaton Hammer to smack his tail. So light arrows are by far the best stun, hands down, and then other than that, I would say probably using the Deku Nuts is the next best weapon to use against him. Now, other than that, there's another way to get behind him. You can simply just roll between his tail, and you can either smack him with the Ganon Sword or the Megaton Hammer, or you can use Deku Nuts or whatever. You can either roll between his legs or you can roll to the side, and it should be just fine. Now, once you've hit him a decent amount of times, the fire surrounding the area will go down, and you have the option of going to grab the Master Sword. Quickly go and grab it before the fire comes back. So with the legendary sword in hand, which will automatically equip itself, which is good, you want to head back to fight the Dark Beast, and if you are quick enough, you can actually stab him in the tail, get a good jab in there before he even gets up all the way. So quickly stab him, and now the battle will progress rather rapidly. He will start moving around very quickly. Now, if at any point during the battle you are starting to run out of items and stuff like that, you can lure him into attacking some pillars and stuff that are around, which have arrows, hearts, fairies, bombs, those sort of things. So you have all of the equipment you're going to need in order to defeat him. So once again, the best ways to hurt him, in my opinion, are simply to roll and also to use the light arrows. So just keep using those methods. The important thing to remember is that you cannot stun him if he's in the middle of attacking. So if you get too close and you try and stun him, it will not work because he'll be in the middle of trying to attack you. Now, the best healing in the game, by far, in Ocarina of Time anyways, is fairies. So you should always collect fairies in bottles and use them for the bosses. Now, alternatively, if you are having trouble with health, you can always try using a spell called Nayru's Love instead, which makes you invincible for a short period of time. Unfortunately, you still get knocked over when you're using it, and it's pretty magic intensive. So once you have harmed Ganon sufficiently using the Master Sword, he will once again fall to the ground, and the fire barrier that is surrounding the area will once again disappear, and this time Princess Zelda will use her powers to stun and weaken him further. And so while he is weakened in this weakened state, you want to use the Master Sword to deliver the final blow. So this will initiate the Master Sword glowing epically. So what you want to do is just step forward and stand in front of Ganon's face and press the B button, and Link will then smack away at his face before stabbing him straight in the head. And man, I don't know about you guys, but that would hurt. So then Ganondorf will then flail around, and you're probably thinking, oh, he's dead, but in reality they cannot kill him for real. So the only option is to seal him away. So that's what Zelda's going to do. She calls out to the 6 stages, uses her powers to aid them in sealing the Dark King away in the Dark Realm. So that will then initiate a string of scenes in which the credits are basically taking place, a series of clips that tell the end of the story. So that is basically the end of The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. So enjoy the credits, guys, and I hope you guys found this walkthrough very helpful. If you guys ever need any help in any of the other Zelda games, feel free to check out our website at www.zeldadungeon.net. This is Caleb Simpson, signing out.